And welcome the brilliant Charlie Joyce.
All right, how are you all doing? Good? Yeah, I'm all right. I recently decided to ask my girlfriend how many sexual partners she'd had before she met me. Because I'd forgotten our anniversary, and I sort of wanted to start an argument on my own terms. And it was weird, because I could have sworn I'm a modern guy, right, with a modern view of female sexuality, so I wasn't going to care what the answer was, you know? I wasn't going to care if it was like one guy or like two guys, because it's, you know, we're all entitled to a past, but it was weird, because as soon as I got her answer, which was, don't worry, that's all in the past now. We don't need to talk about it. I stopped being a modern man, and I became her 1940s Catholic grandmother. The one who doesn't know who'd want you now you've played your aces. That always goes 50-50. But it's, and this, you know, this did lead to an argument, which was what I was looking for, but it wasn't a great shout on my part. Because it annoys me when we argue. Because how many couples have I got in the room, just roughly? Okay, that wasn't really a number, but I'll try and work. From that, I'll try and go. There's probably about 10 or something. But those of you who are in couples, or even those of you who are single, I'm sure you'll have had that argument in the past, either with a partner or a friend, where you realise you're not really arguing because you disagree. It's just because you're coming at the problem from different perspectives. You know that kind of feeling? Yeah. Maybe we're just coming at it from different perspectives, guys. But I get this. Well, so for example, in our situation, when I get to a problem, I know I can get a bit overly bogged down in finding like a solution to that problem, and I'm sure from her point of view, that probably makes me seem a bit detached and maybe a bit cold. That was cold, Charlie. But probably makes me seem a bit detached and maybe a bit cold. Whereas she has never loved me, which is a recipe for friction, isn't it? Anyway, I'll move on from that. So I've been struggling. Anyone struggle with their weight over the pandemic? I don't know why I asked that, because I don't want to look at anyone in particular, but I struggle with my weight, particularly when going upstairs. And I had this weird situation, because when you put on a lot of weight during lockdown, you get this horrible feeling when you come out and present yourself to everyone who's not seen you for a year and a half, that the people who were heavy before don't really see you as legitimate. Because I could tell, they take one look at me and they know I'm new fat. I don't know how to carry myself. You know. I wasn't born into girth. And I just get the horrible feeling that I don't like being looked down on by these aristocrats. Just because I'm, you know, nouveau beast. I'm not pedigree chub. And it's difficult when you put on a lot of weight very quickly, as I did. It's easy to become depressed and listless, but I decided I was going to put the work in. So every day, 2 hours a day at least, I researched hormonal conditions that made it not my fault. I was up till 2, 3 in the morning trying to convince myself I had polycystic ovaries. But I eventually decided I do have to put the work in properly, so I started going to the gym. Have I got any gym goers? So, well, oh yes, very good. But I started going to the gym, and I was amazed those gym goers will be able to back me up. I was cynical, but I was amazed at how quickly you feel the effects. Because I've only been going to the gym for about a month, and already I'm sleeping better, I have more energy, I'm a cunt now. Which sneaks up on you, to be fair. You know, that wasn't one of my fitness goals. It turns out that's what it means to bring out my potential. But anyway, the other day, several years ago now, I made an application to answer the phones at the Samaritans, partly because, seriously, it's a charity that's quite close to my heart, and without wanting to be overly morbid, you have to get material somewhere. And it's... But it was this thing, because I don't mind letting you know, actually at the time, this was about 5-6 years ago, and I was quite lonely, but I realised that this is actually so much easier than the other dating apps. Because